I messed up. Hello there. Yes, it's me from the far future. A couple months since we recorded session 12 when I'm actually editing this because I hadn't done it yet. Before we recorded session 12, I had moved about 2 weeks prior to when we recorded the episode. And some settings were incorrect. And that means that we're missing about 23 minutes of audio, or literally just audio of me and Nayada talking. So I'm gonna add a timestamp to this video that lets you skip to when we figured out, or when someone in chat told me that the audio wasn't working correctly, and I was able to fix it. So if you don't want to just watch two people talk and watch three people seemingly talk but without audio, you could just skip the video to the point where we fixed it. I can't promise it's not going to happen in the future because I already know it did happen again. But I'll just add one of these videos in when we get to that one. Yeah. Enjoy. What's up? It's time to get serious, he says, and he's like, what's up? Welcome everyone to today's episode of DireRolls. Session 12. Well, there was a little bit of dispute, but this is session 12. This is the 12th game we're doing. Yeah, we're gonna play some D&D. Finally again, after like what, 3-4 weeks? Something?
Yeah, a long time.
I'm just gonna put it out there in advance. Like, when prepping for this game, my PC has already crashed twice, so this stream might be cursed. Just gonna put it out there. So if the stream drops, we will be back as soon as possible when I get my PC back on.
Yep.
If you want to know when we're online or if we are going to be live, check out our Twitter at DireRolls or our Instagram.
DireRolls
right?
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am hearing music twice. Right. I am going to fix that for myself. And I'm just going to give Nayade the word for the recap.
Yeah, welcome everyone. So last time in Thirstfields, we saved the Siegler family from their son Ernst, one of the villagers who turned into a werewolf due to lichen-infected soot. After tending to his father, we return with Ernst to the Thirstyfield Tavern to question the owner, Willy. It takes some intimidation from Brion, but he explains that he gets his suit from Wildmount. He is part of a family called the Myriad and has been in the suit business with them for years. Willy thinks that the clasp doesn't like this competition and suspects that they might have messed with the stuff to put a stop to this operation. The Myriad invested in the Thirstyfield Tavern when he first started, and in return, the tavern serves as a point of operation. Every year, workers come to work on the fields and have lodging in the tavern. They smuggle the suit from Thirstfield to Westrun. This year's worker was Sophie. It turned out that Ernst desperately fell in love with Sophie a while back in a casino in Westrun called the Carmen Clover. He tried to impress her by gambling in the casino, leaving him in debt and in deep trouble with loan sharks. After he failed to pay up, he was blackmailed into infecting the suit in the cellar of the Thirstyfield Tavern, though he didn't know what he was causing at the time. And Ernst seemed upset and just filled with guilt as he told us that shortly after that a werewolf attack started. The party tries to convince him that it's not his fault, and he tells us how to get to the organization that set him up. Go to the Velvet Castle in Westrun and purchase a clover from the old man Toby Whisper. In the morning, Lux concentrated really hard and manages to telepathically send word about Merkfall to the High Priestess of Thorngorn. And the group went downstairs for a great late breakfast provided by the grateful villagers, who all chipped in to provide the group with a bigger reward than was initially promised. Blacksmith Nark even made a silver sword with all the silver coins from the villagers for Elduin, along with the gold and a writ to the Margrave Brander Zimmerzet of Westron about our deeds. After the feast is over, the group tells everything they have learned to the Elderman, who seemed genuinely surprised and, well, worried about the possibility of his town getting involved in a gang war. Brion and Venemin cure the werewolf barmaid in the cellar of the tavern, and after a couple of last chores, the party gets together to leave for Westron. And that's where we left off last time. I'm excited, guys!
Woo! Let's go.
I did.
Yeah. Would you like some grapes? I got some from the farmer.
Yeah, sure.
I would love some grapes. Nice.
I tossed some over.
Good. That's awesome.
Mm.
Nice.
Really
Quick,
sweet.
quick question, DM. What time is it right now?
Late afternoon.
I know. It's high noon. Okay. Yes, well, yes, you just said it is high noon, so it's high noon. Why not? Why not? Why not? Does it offend you? I do not have my map with me. Oh, wait. It's on screen.
So, Lux, do you
Yeah.
do you reckon we could find like? I mean, first of all, I'm going to need a blacksmith really bad, but then maybe after, I would like to find someone who could forge me a golden ring.
Okay. What for?
Well, where I come from, usually for great accomplishments in fighting, you are rewarded with some kind of well, this. And she points out her golden tusk ring and some of her golden piercings.
Oh yeah, right. Well, you have quite a lot of them, so
Yeah,
it proves.
I thought I would reward myself with one for the werewolves. Because it's something that I really want to remember, especially because it like, well, it was the first big fight with you guys, and yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if fun is the word I would pick, but I'm happy now.
I had a lot of fun. You did great. You were amazing. Each and every one of us were. I mean, that's something to be proud of.
I wonder what they will do with the suit, the infected suit. Would be stupid if they. Well, I just hope they don't flush it to somewhere where it could get into the tap water or.
We did what we can. I mean, we cured 5 werewolves, four werewolves. I can't even remember anymore, but we did a damn good job.
How are you doing, Xanamin?
Right. Did you ever encounter werewolves before, Zeneman?
More spittle and growls?
Right.
The way of infecting the suit with lycanthropy is odd. It's very interested in how they pulled that off. It's not like you can just like take like werewolf spit and just throw it on something, and then if you eat it, you'll get lycanthropy. It doesn't work that way. It needs to be prepared. I wonder who has the knowledge to pull something like that off.
We might find out.
Yeah.
Possibly. Maybe Madeline has an idea.
I mean, I don't know if we should want to find out.
I'm afraid
But,
we do.
I mean, if I mean, any chance to use my pike is a good one, but I don't know if that's sensible.
Oh, we need to put a stop to it. We'll first have to meet up with Madeline in Westrun, see if she's been able to track down that last werewolf. On my way, by the way, DM, I'm keeping my eyes out for the ingredients for the anti-werewolf lycanthropy potion.
Smart move.
Perception 30. I take out a ration from my pack and start gnawing on that.
Yeah, we got some food from the farmer in return for repairing his plow, so anyone want to kind of sit down?
Ooh, fresh food? Always better than rations. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Take a little 15, 30-minute rest of feet.
Stretch a bit.
Good idea. We'll see.
So, as soon as she sits down, Brion will kind of take the pike, or the broken pike, like the short thingy, out and just kind of starts cleaning it off a little bit with a piece of rag, taking care of her pike, kind of murmuring about the fact that it's broken, but still giving it some attention to make it look good.
You have the other part now as well, right?
Yeah, it's in my pack.
Can I check it out for a bit?
Sure. I'll hand it over.
I try to fit the two pieces together so that they kind of, yeah, what do you call it?
Interlock.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. And I try to use mending to fix it. After the plow, I feel like I have some experience in this department. So I'll just meticulously mending it again. Yeah.
Well, the stick has been
It's not the point that fell off, it's like the wood that cracked, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But it can fix two halves of a broken key.
Yeah, I thought I might be able to fix it, but yeah, I think we might have to find someone who can actually fit it with a new stick part.
Well, I
I'm
don't.
not so familiar with these kind of things.
I think that I might use it like this. I see my name is underneath, is carved into the wood underneath the head, like the pointy bit. I kind of want to keep that.
Yeah, I thought Nark kind of patched it up for you. What happened? Did you break it again?
I think he said that it was possible, but it wouldn't be as strong.
No.
So I said I'll use it like the way it is.
Well, if you're looking for a blacksmith anyway in Western for your ring, we might as well see if we can find someone who is better equipped to, well, fix it.
Yeah.
What's your ring gonna look like?
I mean, I don't know yet.
Well, with like a wolf head, it would be really cool.
That would be really cool.
Growling like
that would be really cool. But I also don't know where to put it yet.
What?
Well, it's going to be a piercing, so.
Oh, I thought like on your fingers, like a signet ring, or.
No, that is too much in the way with fighting. We wear our extras on our face usually.
Maybe like
a ring would cause the skin on my fingers to get irritated when I use my weapons. So.
And a little toe ring, would that be okay? Well, you kick as well, so probably not.
Yeah, and I mean, if you see my feet.
Not all often.
No, they're not.
Do you actually ever take those boots off?
No.
I don't like.
I don't like to. I have really hairy feet.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't have hairy feet.
I think we should march on for a little bit. Yeah. Are you okay, Lux? You tired? And should I carry you?
No, I'm fine.
Good.
You look tired?
Flap. Just throw her over the shoulder.
No, put me down.
I'll put you down.
Thank you. Maybe later, when my feet actually do get tired. We're like walking in the forest, or
No.
do I hear what direction the sound is coming from? Yeah. Can I point him out at the same time? All right.
Also, don't roll yet. Don't roll initiative yet because the initiative tracker isn't on yet. Otherwise, it won't add you.
This map is gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm already lowering the volume, but yeah, the music is really loud.
And now it's gone.
Oh, Cynthia, wait, just don't do that because if you also edit it, then it sort of nullifies mine. So put it at the volume that's good for you, and then I'll edit it. Okay, good. Okay, how's the... You can't hear yourself. You can't hear anyone in the stream. Oh, that's interesting.
Since
That is
now,
interesting because that
like
might be
no-
another issue. It should be fine on the recorded one, but it might have been on the stream the whole time. Let me just quickly check. Cynthia, while you do your thing, I'm diving into OBS settings real quick.
No one's complaining about audio stream.
Yeah, there is. No, I know why it's I know what's going on. I already know what's going on. I need to fix something else first. Well, everyone can roll, but I need to fix things. Also not correct. Okay, I'm gonna have to.
did I still call out that there was something in the forest, or was there no time?
Wil jij mijn
Ja.
token aanpassen?
We're live.
Wat moet ik aan jouw token aanpassen?
Mijn hitpoints linken aan mijn character sheet.
Oh right.
Ik dacht dat dat is gedaan, want ik heb echt letterlijk gewoon je character sheet erin
Mine
gezet.
are also not linked.
Ja.
Ja, ik zie
maar-
die van Cinnamon en Eldwin niet.
Ja.
En die van Brion
Maar-
wel.
Yep.
No, it's
Okay,
not even
yeah.
that you can't see it. It's literally that it's incorrect.
Yeah, it's
Oké,
incorrect.
nou, ik heb
Point,
verder
inderdaad.
niks gedaan dan echt letterlijk je character sheet in de map gesleept. Dus als daar iets incorrect is, dan is dat het probleem.
No, well, because it's correct in my character sheet. The
Okay,
tokens are
I'm
manually filled.
dragging your Alduin character sheet again into the thing. This is another one. I'm not doing anything else.
Wil
So
wil je
how
die
to
voor mij
fix
ook
that?
doen,
Yeah,
Cynthia?
that is because the token that you've created before, that you linked to the character sheet, has not been set up correctly. But it is fine. I'll manually edit it for now, but I'll show you later how to fix that.
Okay, Lux, hoeveel health heb
Our
jij?
audio on stream is working, by the way.
Yeah, the stream is online again.
Lux, how much health do you have?
I have 42.
42 out of 42. What is your AC?
My AC is 14.
Okay. Zanamin. Your health.
Give me a second. Close my character sheet. 27. I just edited mine. And my
Okay.
AC should be 14.
And Brion, what is your health?
48.
Out of 48. What is
Oh,
your
I
AC?
hear echoes now.
What is your AC?
16.
Oh, no, that's
16.
better.
Yeah, that should have been that should have fixed it. So
Good.
there you go. So, as you all watch very tensely to the right of Lux, as you have seen her just peer in between the bushes next to the Silvercut Road, you notice that suddenly something in her demeanor changes, and then she calls out,
Be careful, it's dangerous. I'm not sure what it is. It's not natural.
you all look to see this strange creature, like a mixture between a great ape and a beetle. It's got this broad, sharp-toothed mouth and an enormous pair of scythe-like mandibles, and armored plates are covering its frame. It's looking up at every one of you right now. And I believe that Lux starts. What would you like to do, Lux?
I would like to. Okay, stay close to me. And I clutch my necklace, and you see my hair just blow up and kind of whip around me as tiny fairy dragons, blue fairy dragons, just appear around me in a 15 feet radius. And I'll summon my spirit guardians.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, you just see this light sweep up from underneath her, and it's now surrounding her as her spirit guardians flow and walk around in a 15 feet radius all around Lux. What else would you like to do as you cast Spirit Guardians?
That's all for now. I'll just wait and see what it does.
All right. Then it is its turn. It looks up. And then you suddenly see it burrow beneath the ground, disappearing into a hole into the earth, and just the little rocks and stones and gravel all around you are trembling from below. The creature disappears momentarily. And then burrows upwards from underneath you all and attacks you, Lux.
All right. I'm trembling as well.
Okay. There you go. It will first try and attack you with its claw. Will a 24 hit you?
Yeah, that hits.
And you take 11 damage as its claw, like it's sharp, chitinous claw just slashes through your body, and the second one claws out as well for a 22 to hit, and it hits you for 13 damage in total. Then it looks up, sees Brion on its right side, and its mandibles. Where
So
did Lux
first 11 and then 13?
Yeah, so first 11, then 13 damage, and then it will attack Brion for a 16 to hit.
That's my armor class.
Then that will hit, and it will hit for 14 damage as its large, scythe-like mandibles clamp around your shoulder and arm and just leave a very deep wound behind. That is the end of its turn. And
When it enters the area the first time on its turn, it must
Yeah.
make a wisdom saving throw.
and I will make a wisdom saving throw. That is a 9 and is a failure.
It takes 3d8 radiant damage.
Okay, roll for damage. Okay, it takes 15 damage as your spirit guardians just all suddenly swarm on the creature, just stomping and hooving against the chitinous armor. Clanking sounds are to be heard all around. It's
fairy
confused.
dragons.
Huh?
Little fairy dragons.
Little fairy dragons. It's claws actually, not hooves. That was stupid. But the claws just try and grab and claw its way underneath the armor, and the creature is just confused about whatever is happening all around it. That is the end of its turn. And Xanamin, I would like you to make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw. That one. That's fine.
Oh yeah, you are fine. You also feel this sudden confusion when you gaze into this creature's eyes, but you resist against it and have your full mental capacity to decide whatever you want to do. When you just saw it burrow through the earth with a speed unlike anything you've seen before.
I will do my first fireball, I believe. Yeah, I will use Careful spell to protect ourselves from fireball, and
Ooh.
then fireball the creature.
All right. As you cast Fireball, the words you whisper weave the magic in such a way that suddenly when this large ball of fire comes shooting from the sky, it just bursts down onto the creature and spreads out over the floor. But for some reason, it just splits as if by magic and protecting your friends. Roll for damage, as it rolled a 5 for its dexterity saving throw.
Very fine. My token
That's
disappeared, by the way.
30 points of fire damage.
Okay, well, that is an impressive display of power, as just the fire is still burning and smoldering in the hole that this creature left behind. You see its chitinous armor burning to a crisp, flying up into the air. Its mandibles are just sizzling from the sheer force of magic that you just displayed.
And I will take a step back. If the creature allows me to do so.
All right. You stood here, right?
I was standing here, yeah.
Yeah. So I can't
Yeah.
see Lux actually anymore.
No, my
no.
token disappeared. I don't know how to get it back. I'm also out of the turn order, I see.
Yeah, that's super weird. So I'm gonna just put you back.
With 10 hit points again, for some reason.
Yeah.
Well, it's not
what-
far this time.
What were
it's
your hit
18
points?
down.
Could you set them? What are your hit points?
My maximum is 42, and my current hit points is 18.
Okay, thank you.
Buy it out of me.
Well, I'm just gonna make a note that we fix that immediately after the stream. It doesn't take that long.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, no, the creature is there. So when you stab backwards, Sanamin, it does get an attack of opportunity, which it will take. That is a 12 to hit.
You're muted.
A 12 doesn't hit. No.
Okay, so yeah, you step back and you just move out of the way as you see it's just sluggish movement and the fire still burning, leaving a smoke trail behind. That is the end of your turn, and Brion, you just witnessed just a ball of fire coming from the sky, just completely evading you as if by magic, and this creature is just burned halfway down to its armor. It's looking there, it's sizzling, it's being attacked by spectral little blue dragons, and you're watching it as it uses its mandibles to claw against you. What would you like to do?
Brian has no clue what's going on, but I will scream at it. Hey, over here! Leave my friends alone! And I'm going to poke it with my pike.
Okay, you poke it with your pike. Make an attack roll.
In the meantime, the fairy dragons just turn into dust.
All right.
Oh, you filled your. Very nice.
Okay, so that's 8 piercing damage. And I'll do it again.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the double
hit?
attack squad.
All right, and then with a 15, that misses. Unfortunately, right?
15.
50?
Oh, yeah, I'm
It's
sorry.
18.
No, it's an 18. An 18 to hit. So an 18, you notice as you, with your pike, like you stab in what seems to be the vulnerable spot, and you just barely pierce through its armor, but you feel its fleshy bits underneath. Roll for damage. 7 damage. And you feel when you just pull your pike back, just the noise of like as you damage its inside severely. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Question: could I, above my 2 attacks, use my action search to do another one?
Yes, that is what it is for.
Two more?
Okay, so is that 2 more then again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't
Oh.
hit.
An 11 unfortunately
That's an
does
11
not
that
hit.
misses.
but with a 27, you hit it right where it hurts the most. So roll for a critical damage
Natural
as your
20
pike,
as well.
suddenly stabs underneath its throat between its mandibles, and you feel it gurgling blood all over your hands.
Should automatically roll the natural 20 if you click the like silver broken. There we go.
Yep.
That is 17 damage.
And I'll
I
spit
also just wanted to say that you did need to make a charisma saving throw at the start of your turn, but I'll say that you can do it at the end.
Okay.
You fail. So, despite it taking a little bit longer for you to be confused by its gaze, you cannot take reactions until the start of your next turn, and I would like you to roll a d8, please.
I can't take a reaction.
Reaction.
Yeah, you can't take
Reaction.
reaction
Okay, and I
until the
need to
start of
roll
your
a
next turn.
D8?
Yes, and a d8.
Eight.
8?
Uh-oh.
Don't know what that means.
You now need to make a melee attack against a random creature.
Great.
Is that without moving? Because that's would be great.
Yep.
You make a random attack, so you can, but since you've already attacked this creature and you should have done this at the start of your turn, I'm just saying that natural 20
Yeah.
was your random attack out of confusion.
Yeah.
Great.
All right, that is the end of your turn. Now it's Alduin's turn. Alduin.
I'll just start with the charisma check. That's an 11. Probably a fail.
You fail against it, so you cannot take reactions, and I would like you to roll a d8, please, to determine what you do. A 7. You make a melee attack against a random creature.
So that would be Lux, then I'm assuming.
Yes, she's close.
As Alduin hasn't drawn his sword yet, it's going to be a punch. As he would. Well, I don't know. Would he pull his sword?
Why
I'll let
would
the DM
Alduin
decide.
not draw his sword when
He
Lux,
does that in his first
shouted?
attack, so I'm just letting you decide. Does he pull a sword?
I think he would pull his sword when Lux has already shouted, there's a creature there.
He's pulling a silver sword because that is what he would normally do in this situation.
Oh, it's next to my hair.
Come on, roll low. That's a 12. Yes.
I will swiftly just jump out of the way and be like, what? Not me, this one, what the hell are you doing?
Sorry. And he'll. Yeah.
As you look at Alduin, you see that there's some sort of a confusion in his eyes, and he's unable to comprehend why or what he just did.
And then. So I do that. I take a random attack at the person, and then I still have my full turn for the rest. Without my reaction.
No. Yeah, no, this is
How does
to
this
determine what you do during that turn.
Completely. So everything.
Yes, this is your turn.
Okay.
All right, now it's Lux's turn. Lux, what would you like to do?
Does the creature show any wear and tear, or does he look pretty
The
healthy?
creature seems extremely damaged right now, and he's just chitinous plates are falling off. It's definitely that fireball has left some damage.
All right. I'll just try and mace him in the face.
Nice.
Nope.
You mace him in the face, and as your mace hits against the armored plates that cover its face, you just hear like a and your arms reverberate, just holding your mace still in your hands. It's like, oh. Is there anything else you would like to do? Bonus action, movement?
No.
And since you also start your turn, you still need to make a charisma saving throw, actually. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So saving against it does not negate it. I thought that. So
will.
you fail against it. So that mace attack was instead at Alduin. And also, Alduin, you still have your silver sword out of confusion. You ting against her mace. It's strange. As her mace just... Yeah, you just like slammed against the chitinous creature, but it also slammed backwards on Alduin. You're all very confused about the things that are currently happening right now. You cannot take any reactions until the end of your next turn. Now it is its turn, and not very happy with what just happened. It is going straight for the creature from which this fire came earlier, and it will do a multi-attack on Xanamin. A 12 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
And then its second claw attack, well, seeing as the first, it has burning bits falling off, it did not do any damage as it tried to swipe you. Its second claw attack is a 22 to hit, still intact. It slashes through your robes and hits you for 8 damage until it leans forward and over as its mandibles suddenly open up and try and crush you with an 11 to hit. It misses.
Yeah. I take 8 damage.
Yeah, you only take 8 damage and all other attacks.
I'll expend 1 charged rune for negating that damage.
Okay, what happens to those who are looking?
Well, one of the runes that is underneath my bandana bursts out in light and takes part of the damage. Yeah.
All right. So you just see like the damage is being absorbed into this rune that bursts out in light.
Yeah.
Now it is the start of your turn. I would like you to make a charisma saving throw.
Give me a second. I need to change my hit points to 24 because I negated 5. And it didn't save. Nice. I'm having some problems. -3. There you go. As this is my turn, I will...
Did you make a charisma saving throw?
Not yet.
Okay.
I save.
You save against it, so what do you decide as you resist the confusing effect?
What I'm going to try to do is, I guess, turn invisible.
All right. You suddenly turn invisible.
Yeah. And I get the crap out of there. I will go to there.
All right. Seeing as you turn invisible, the large chitinous creature will try and make a attack of opportunity at you with disadvantage, and that is a natural 1. As you just suddenly see it way too late. You look over your shoulder as you're already 20 feet away, stomping into the ground and just seeing nothing. It's just trying to claw up the leaves as it's trying to find you. That is the end of your turn, Xanamin.
Yes.
Now it is Brion. Brion, make a charisma saving throw. Unless you choose to avert your eyes.
Avert
That
my
is
what?
a failure. Here. A creature can avert its eyes to avoid the saving throw at the start of your turn. If the creature does so, it can't see the Umber Hulk until the start of its next turn, when it can avert its eyes again. Wait,
Right, okay, but then I can't see it, so I can't attack it either.
You can attack it with disadvantage, just wildly slamming behind you.
Right. No, I'm fine confused. She's used
Okay,
that.
you are confused. Roll a 1d8, please. A 2. You do nothing. You just stare in confusion around you, just unable to comprehend what is happening right now. That is the end of your
normal
turn.
feeling for me.
Alduin, make a charisma saving throw.
Alduin immediately closes his eyes. As soon as his turn starts.
All right.
And as he closes his eyes, he, with the silver sword in hand, he moves his hand across the sword as it flames up. Let me roll my little... Oh, it's gone. Right, I'll just have to roll it manually. It is a d6 now, so he takes 3 points of damage.
All right.
That went up. So his sword lights up, and as someone who at some point probably trained with like a blindfold on at some point, he still tries to attack, with disadvantage of course. 2 attacks with the silver sword that is now on fire. Come on, flaming swords, guys. Come on! That is an 8 on the first one, so that misses.
Okay, so the first one, you feel the sword hitting against the armor of this creature, but it scrapes against its the hard surface of it, not being able to pierce through any of the hides.
And with the second attack, feeling it, he also feels like the little gap between the chitinous armor, and then stabs back up for the second attack. That is a 22 to hit.
Okay, roll for damage.
4 fire and 9 slashing.
That is 13 damage in total. You feel it as you still have your eyes closed, suddenly just gurgle out in like absolute pain, and this alien like inhuman cry just gurgles up from its body. Parts fall to the ground, but it's still alive and still there.
And he, with that, like in a smooth movement, just pushes it up, turns around, twists the sword, then when with his back towards the creature, opens his eyes for a moment. And that is... yeah, that is the end of my turn.
All right, now it's Lux's turn. Lux, do you want to avert your eyes?
Yeah, I kind of shake my head, getting out of the confusion. Okay, guys, fight from the heart, not with the eyes. And I'll use Sacred Flame on it. And it has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Nice.
And it fails miserably after just having the sword stabbed into one of its chitinous plates. It's unable to move as it's just stuck, and its arms are just screeching out in pain. And with that, Lux, you just shower it in radiant flames from your god and burn away the last bit of life it still had left. That is the end of this creature as it falls to the ground, dead, leaving you all out on the road, enjoying the sunshine and feeling it trickle the open gash wounds on your body and your blood drying up in the heat.
Well, it's clear that this is not a creature of the Archhard.
What was that?
Alduin unflames his sword, puts it away. Now actually looks at now actually gets a good look at the creature. Can Alduin identify what type of creature this is with the side? Oh, this music is really loud.
No, it's silent enough. No,
it's fixed now. It's fixed now.
I need to do that every time I have it on.
Okay. So for before you say anything, identifying the creature. Is it a Fey, Fiend, or Undead? Otherwise, I'll get advantage.
It's none of that.
Okay, then it's just a straight up roll to identify.
Yes, nature. Nature or Arcana, you can choose.
Both are the same. I'll identify it from nature standpoint. As
Okay.
a normal check. Nope.
As you look at the creature, you cannot recall any creature that looks like that. And you sit down, tend to your wounds, you look over many of the parts of it. What you can deduce is that it's not natural. It's some sort of a monstrosity. And seeing its eyes and its chitinous plates, and the way it tunneled as well, it's normally a creature that lives underground, most likely deep underground. But that's all you can ascertain with all of the knowledge that you know.
Not something
I will drop my invisibility, and as Alduin is busy with focusing on that creature, I would want to see what he was chewing on before he attacked us.
I'll follow Zenomin.
All right. Make an investigation check.
Can I help him?
Certainly.
Let me just make an investigation check.
What happened here?
Well, you very clearly find whatever he was chewing on beforehand, and it seems that it was a small brown bear that it had caught as a snack.
Snacks.
Just a bear. I thought it was like a human.
I was afraid it was a werewolf too. I couldn't see clearly before. Well, okay, that's fine then. Or it would have, yeah.
I've never seen such a big bug.
No, me neither. Well, it's definitely not native to this well, surface. This seems to be a creature that normally inhabits the underground, but that's kind of all I can tell, really. Zenomin, maybe you want to have a look at this? Maybe you've come across something in your research at some point?
Yeah, I'll walk over and see if I have seen anything like this.
Make an Arcana check or a Nature check. You can choose.
Oh, perfect. Oh, perfect. Phone's going off.
With Arcana, you look at it. Well, it's not magical, that is for sure.
Great.
Yeah, like it has no runes on it. Yeah, nope. No, it's just nope.
I have never seen anything like this.
Okay, well...
Oh, it's getting stranger and stranger.
Yeah, I'm gonna write this one off as strange encounter with creature that should not be here for now.
Yeah.
Although...
I just put down big insect.
Yeah.
Wait.
I'll
if
make
that
a
works
note.
for you.
Yeah. I'll make a note of this creature in one of my notebooks. Yeah. Describing its characteristics. Its 4 eyes and stuff. Claws. Not friendly. That kind of stuff.
As you're going quite in depth and you're describing its characteristics and things like that, I would like you to make a nature check to see how much you can deduce from the creature itself by studying it so intensely. As you do so, you notice that its hide is extremely hard. The chitinous plates are of some sort of a material that, as you think about it, could make a great shield or armor once harvested. Its confusing gaze that you had noticed during the fighting it seemed to be part of some sort of a weird natural occurrence within the way the pupils worked. is very interesting, and you do concur together with Aldwin that the creature must be somewhere from the Underdark, and quite lost if it was up here, to be honest.
Just for reference, the Underdark is another plane, right?
No,
It is
it's
not a plane, no.
underground
Okay.
caverns.
It's underground caverns. Okay.
Yeah, it's just very, very deep, deep in the earth.
Okay. Good.
While Xanamin was doing while he's finishing up his notes, I'll walk over to Lux, who looks pretty beat up, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm not doing that great. Felt better.
Well, sit down. Let me have a look at those wounds, huh?
So, anybody here know how to skin an animal?
Yes.
I
I
think
mean, I
Brion
can
might.
try.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at medicine, but from the temple, just
I've done some survivaling. I could check.
This hide might make for a great ladder of some sorts.
Not necessarily. It's
What's
very
normal?
hard. It would be more akin to plate armor, but then chitinous armor.
This blade, yeah, the
Chitin.
Or a shield.
Could I see if I could cut it loose from the body?
Make a nature check.
Not. Maybe see if I could do
Brute
it in a
strength it.
survivalist way.
You want to see if you can cut it from the body. You're not attempting it yet.
Just the knowledge of.
do
Maybe
you
I'll
just
just try to
wanna-
tear it off the body.
You just want to tear it off the body? Okay, then make an athletics check.
rip it off.
Just rip it
Rip
off.
and tear.
No
There we
knowledge
go.
required.
See, that's fine.
Do want you to make a intelligence check just to see how smart you are in ripping it off.
Beyond the Doomslayer. Here we go. Yeah.
Save.
Wait, that's a
not
saving
check.
throw.
Yeah.
I could do another, but it's
I'll
the
allow
same
you to do it
modifier,
again.
so
Go for
it's
it.
fine.
No. Roll an intelligence check. Okay, a 10.
Oh,
It's not bad. It's not great either. You rip the chitinous plate off of its back. Lots of gooey inner parts and just organs are still attached to it. But you have absolutely no problem just ripping plate after plate of this body. You do break a few plates in the process, most likely the smaller ones. But you end up with enough chitin for a good shield. Or some braces.
That's great.
The rest is just broken beyond repair.
Useful for a shield or bracers?
Yes.
Okay, I'll try to just claw off a little bit of the goo and I'll put it in my pack.
I'm just like imagining Brion now, just
Or
with
do
like
you-
a
do you
dagger,
want to-
just like.
Do you want to use it now, Zeneman?
Well, I don't know. I think we could.
I mean, I could just stick it to your rope. It's already sticky.
The smell is just this putrid, foul mix of burning bugs and emptied
It smells good
bowels.
too.
Yeah.
I will attempt to prestidigitate some of the gunk away, just to clean it off a little bit, and
Alright.
suggest we should maybe save it till the next town and see if somebody more proficient with armor making could process it for us.
All right. After all of this, would you all like to take a short rest before you continue on for a few more hours before nightfall?
I don't know. How do I look? There are bundles around my
Pretty
head.
bad. You look pretty bad. You should take a little rest.
Did you heal something? Did you heal me or
I can't yet.
no? Okay.
Some point in the future I'll be able to, but not yet, no.
I'm
No, you can now.
Oh, do I have the feat?
I thought that was clear. Not yeah, you do. You earned the feat last time. I thought that was clear.
No, it wasn't. I'm sorry. Yes,
No,
no, I
it's-
can.
no.
I can
That
now.
was- yeah, you can.
Well, you really expertly patched me up, so I think.
Yeah,
Me
no,
too.
I use a combination of herbs and bandages that I've impregnated with the herbs and stuff to heal you for
Yeah, I was.
impregnated. 7 hit points.
I don't know what you're gonna do with those rags once you impregnate them, but
It's a healing serum. Yep.
All right. So, Lux, you are healed for 7 more hit points. Would you guys like to take a short rest here? Do you want to just rest for the rest of the day and make camp? Do you want
what
to
time?
continue on a little bit?
What time
Yeah.
of game is it? What time of
we
game?
It's about dinner. You know,
we were in a hurry,
5,
guys.
6.
Yeah, so it's like a 6 o'clock in the evening.
And
The sun is this nice golden glow is casting all over the fields.
Right.
Golden hour.
We guesstimated that it would be about 6 days of travel, I think, if I remember correctly,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So I think we should start setting up a camp, while there's still light, so we can find some branches, make a nice little campfire, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right.
we do
As
have
you
like a
suggest
tight
that.
schedule.
As you suggest that, Brion says that you do have a tight schedule.
I am aware, but traveling at night or setting up camp at night is just even more dangerous. We could travel for another couple hours, that's fine, but we shouldn't
Well,
do it too long.
I don't want Lux to get hurt anymore.
I do feel a little better. I mean, these are a nice mix of herb you use. I
I
could
know.
go a little bit and just rest tonight.
I'm fine with either. I mean, I could use some rest as well.
I can still go on, but if somebody else needs rest.
Yeah, the only one who really needs to rest is Lux.
I don't really feel comfortable sleeping here next to these tunnels. I mean,
But
there
I'll,
might be more than one that's lost. I don't know. Maybe I just want to get away from here a bit.
Yeah,
If we can.
let's
walk
keep
for
going.
An hour,
Yeah,
maybe
Couple
one
of
and a
hours,
half.
maybe.
let's keep up for an
Okay.
hour. Yeah.
Get away from this.
Okay. You walk further onto the road, leaving the body of this creature and the bear behind. Lugging some of the large chitinous plates on your back, Brion, you occasionally watch if Lux is doing all right, if she's still, having a little bit of pain, although her wounds are quite well bandaged. A few hours later, as the sun has now finally set and there's just this cool breeze going over all of the fields, you've left most of the forest behind you right now. And you are now just surrounded by what looks to be large fields just filled with little glowing bugs that just firefly all around you. You begin to see the first pinpoints of starlight in the sky, and the 2 moons are shining brightly as the waxing moon, I believe, that's the moon after the full moon, the main moon is still in the sky, and the smaller one is just barely visible behind some clouds. You all bed down for the night, or want to bed down for the night. How would you like to do this? Do you want to be on the road, near the road? Want to find a place? How would you like to prepare for the night?
I think I should look for a place that is a little bit covered, but holds enough space for us to comfortably stay. Maybe some bushes that center off a little bit of a clear spot from the road directly.
All right. Make a survival check. As one of the largest people in this group, you just stretch your spine, you look all around, then you see, oh, there's just grass everywhere. You do notice that just a little bit off the road, there's a larger bush than normal, and you could hide in that bush.
What are you looking at? Oh?
Well, I mean, there's not much cover around here. There's a bush that could probably fit one me or all of you. I would be fine with you guys being in the bush, and I'll just lay next to it.
Is it just straight up?
Sorry.
Go for it. Go for it.
Well, I do like forests and bushes, but I don't like to sleep in a bush. It's kind of like prickly and sticky and...
Yeah, I figured. I mean, out in the open is not everything. But I guess we don't have another choice.
Well done.
Are we looking at like a field, or is it hilly? Are they hills?
You look at a very slightly hilly, endless fields of like grasses that can be higher than hip height, but sometimes lower. It's just like a, how do I say it? Like a meadow of wildflowers all around you. There's an occasional large rock here and there to break the monotony of the grasses all around you, but that's about it.
Can I look for a hill that seems to go above most of it? Like the highest hill that I can see from the point.
Make a perception check.
Beautiful. 12.
There doesn't seem to be that much variation in height here. It's just...
It's very slightly hilly.
Large, just very slightly hilly, large meadows. It's almost like the Netherlands, actually.
Yeah.
We could just plump our asses in the grass.
You do have a feeling that if you just plump your asses in the grass in a larger than normal grassy bit, where the grasses have grown quite tall, you would not be noticeable from the road.
I just wander off to smell all the flowers around.
On brand. On brand.
On brand. I'll just kind of find the tallest spot of grass, since I'm possibly the biggest one of all. And I'll leave a ridge, but I'll trample the rest a little bit with my feet, so it gets like a comfortable little floor.
All right, yeah.
Enough for us to sit.
Okay, you see Brion just furiously stomp down onto the ground, like making some sort of a circle, just going around in circles. It looks quite comical from a distance as you watch her do this.
Yeah, grain circles.
Crop circles. Maybe I should make a tick out of it.
Hey, Lux.
What? The purple ones smell really good. What? Oh, you weren't talking about flowers. No, go ahead.
No, I wasn't. What do you know about the temperatures here at night? You are from this region. Around this time of year, does it get cold tonight, or?
Well, normally at this time it's DM.
Well, normally around this time, it does get significantly colder than it is normally during the day. But since the days are very hot and humid, it's quite a refreshing coolness. It's not cold, it's cool. It's like a cool late summer evening night.
a bit more of a draft than in the forest, I imagine, and might be welcoming.
Yeah.
Definitely, when you look around and see all of the torched brown yellow grasses, it doesn't get that
No.
moist or cold here.
Okay.
And if you're cold, you could always, I mean, we could cuddle.
Always an
Sorry.
opportunity. Yeah, sure.
What?
But I think we can get away with
what we
not
do.
use. The thing I was more aiming for is that we can probably get away without using a fire.
Yeah.
Makes it even harder to spot.
Right.
We can't lit a fire here. I mean, we'd
If-
set a whole meadow on fire. It's really
Too,
dry.
yeah.
That would be a big fire.
Yep.
Could be.
So we don't have
pretty-
to do that.
Great.
Well,
Oh.
you can just have my bedroll. I can just meditate inside of it. You'll be fine.
All right. So, as you all bed down for the night, you think
I'll
back
take
on the
first
recent.
watch.
What?
I'll
Okay,
take first watch.
that was my next question.
I'll take it. I'll take it with Lux.
All right. So Brion and Lux will take the first watch, and I'm assuming that Alduin and Zenima will take the second.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Well, you all bed down for the night. You think back on recent events. You wish the men good night, as the girls just stay up and chat, look around, keep
Pajama
watch
party.
for the
Pillow
first
talk.
4 hours of the night. Is there anything you would like to do or prepare before, during your watch, or for the men before you go to sleep?
Yeah. Alduin makes a night eye potion.
Okay.
And well, the shielded potion loses its potency, and he creates a night eye.
Okay. Xanamin, is there anything you would like to do before you go to sleep?
No, actually. No, nothing.
Okay.
I just grab my bedroll and make myself comfortable.
Alright. Okay, girls. Your watch has started. Is there anything you would like to talk about during your watch?
Well, Lux, do you think that the archer is pleased with me?
About what?
I mean, like, I just really hope that we're doing the good thing here.
You think we might not do the good thing?
I mean, yeah, but you know, sometimes when you get hurt, or whenever I see my pike, I just really get the urge to kill something. I've heard that werewolf pretty bad, before I actually knew that it was a person as well.
You feel like you're not in control.
Well, better than it was before.
So you're learning.
Yeah, but
Growing.
I just really hope that maybe the next time you talk to the archer, just could you ask him if he's proud of me?
It isn't that like straightforward. I can try if I ever really like speak, but it's more most of the time more like a feeling or a direction or. But I can try. I'll try. Yeah.
Not a big user of words.
Well, you don't always need words to speak.
That's very true.
And like I said, you're growing, and that's all the Archheart really wants. Like the forest to evolve to. Sometimes a little part dies, but then new parts just grow and evolve and pick up from there. And well, that's what we all have to do.
Right. That's a good point. Just
As you are
point it out to me
chatting-
whenever I get too crazy.
Do we need like a code word?
Maybe.
What would you like it to be?
I don't know. What was fart again in Elvish?
Floof.
We could use that.
Just floof.
I like farts.
I know you do.
So funny. Okay, we could do that. Just call out to me when when I'm inappropriate.
But also don't lose the entire part of that. Because I also kind of like it sometimes. I mean,
Me too.
it also makes you you. So just get rid of the worst part, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
All right. As you guys are having a lovely conversation and the night sets in, a few hours in, I would like you to make a perception check, please.
Perception.
Brion, would you like to make a perception check too? Brion, you are just sitting and looking at the floor as you play with like a twig into the ground, just braiding some grasses together, thinking of the conversation you just had with Lux. But Lux, in the far distance, very, very far away, you hear the sound of hooves stomping down onto grasses. You stretch your neck a little bit, and you strain your eyes as you watch. You see a herd of wild horses and centaurs running underneath the pale moonlight. The sight is breathtaking to behold, and you watch as one of the centaurs stops in its tracks and seems to be looking into your direction.
Have I ever seen a centaur before? Or even heard of them?
You have heard of them as someone of the Archheart, but you've never seen one actually.
Wow. It's a centaur. Hi. Hello. Hi, you guys. Guys, wake up. Look, look, look.
As you do so, they all seem to be running away into the opposite direction, just leaving your sight completely as they move over the little hilly far away into the distance. However,
Where?
Brion, make another perception check just to see if you can see the last tail end of it. Yeah, you do. You see what she pointed out? You see the wild horses, you see the centaur.
Have
And
I
both
seen
Alduin-
centaurs before?
Now you have. But you've actually, I would say, make a history check. No, you've never seen a centaur before. So that was a human with a butt like a horse.
Yeah, cool, right? I've only seen them in the books at the temple, but I've
During all of this commotion, both Alduin and Xanamin are waking up from the shouting that Lux just shouted out.
Well, I knew that orcs and humans could fornicate, but horses and men?
Oh,
I'm not sure
That's
that's
a
how it
very disturbing thought.
what the hell are you talking about?
works. Look,
Well-
the distance.
I'm a half-orc, which means that one part of my parents was an orc, and the other part of my parents was a human. And
Or-
I believe I just saw something like a half-horse?
You know, both your parents could also have been half-orcs.
No,
Technically.
they're not.
Or you...
But they are not.
Oh, you mean a centaur?
A what?
Centaur, half human, half horse. They're not like... There's no fight, there's no danger.
No, they ran away.
I don't know why were they running away? Have I ever seen such a big group of no. Did I ever
I
hear
heard.
about herds just traversing over great distances at great speed?
Make a history check.
Centaur Stampede.
You've never heard of this before. You've never heard of a herd like this before.
I don't know. I just hope they're not running away from something and just going to their destination.
Anyways, this is also kind of the end of your watch and the start of Alduin and Xenamin's watch. As you talk about half human, half horse fornication and the likes. I thought that this might be a really good opportunity to take a break.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Sounds good.
Yes, let's take a 10-minute break.
Hey, before we take the break, one very important note.
15 minutes, please.
Yeah,
that
15
was the
minute break.
request last time. 15 minutes.
Also,
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, 15-minute break. Also, another very important thing to note. You guys were laughing at my impregnated bandages. That's a legit thing. Like, I
Yeah,
want to add
it
that.
is.
Like,
Like you do with socks.
Anyways, this is an excellent opportunity
Yeah, this is a great
to
point.
take a 15-minute break.
yeah, we will be back in
Yeah.
15 minutes.
All
Bye.
right. Welcome back, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
So, let's continue on with our midnight watch.
Centaur spotting.
Yes, centaur spotting at the Silvercut Road. So, as Brion and Lux bed down for the night, their dreams filled with the clanking of hooves on the meadows and strange pairings of man and horse alike. It is now Alduin and Xenamin's turn to have a watch. Is there anything you would like to do or say during this watch?
Could I
Keep.
first do something in my meditation?
Yeah, sure. What would you like to do in your meditation?
I start meditating and I concentrate on the stories that Brion told me and the moments that we shared and her good deeds that I've seen. And I mentally place them on like the branches of a tree. And I try to tap into the roots and get a sense of her connection with the Archheart. And that's all that I just do for my meditation. Just placing them on the tree.
All right. Yeah.
Anything we want to do other than keeping
Yes.
watch? I would like to
Well,
keep watch. For one.
Okay. Well, if you
um,
want to keep watch, then
No,
roll a deception check.
Actually,
I
hold
was
on.
stalling for
Oh!
time. I'm stalling for time. Yeah.
That was-
Yeah.
As sitting there, Alduin night eye potion, so you can actually see shit.
Noise. Clutch.
Wipe it off. Yo. As his eyes become like black. So heading back the way we came.
Yeah. It's been a few interesting days.
Much. Well,
Yeah.
Ready. You want to go back to Iman at some point? Oh no.
Well, yes. But what's happening?
My computer just froze for a second. It's fine now.
Okay. Fine. Okay. Great. Yes. Yeah, I'd like to go back to Ebon at some point. See my parents. But we have so many things to do right now that I can't see it happening soon. No. One day, I hope. One day.
Well, when you want to go back, you let us know. If you want to.
Yeah.
Thing is, we're heading north for the
Well,
the
for
Grey Valley, but if we
Yeah.
want to go the normal route, we would pass by Iman instead of taking the route. that we
the
spotted
mountain
before.
road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that is one thing that isn't specifically on a schedule.
Yeah. We could also go by on the way back. Doesn't really matter.
Also go by on the way back when we're heading south on the way back.
Yeah. Depends on what the ladies want to or need to do as well. As they wanted to go up as well. I'm
Yeah,
fine.
well, after Westrun, we should be heading to Tormgorn.
Yeah.
I've never been
Yeah.
to Torm. Apparently it's
Mm.
beautiful there.
Me neither. Oh.
Been told.
I should send my folks a letter when I get to Westrun. Just to say hi.
Yeah, that'd be good.
They're like that.
So, what do you think about Brion and Lux? What do you think?
Well. Yeah. I kind of like them. One is an airhead, the other one,
Musclehead.
yeah, musclehead, yeah. They round each other out nicely that way. Yeah. They're nice to have. Yeah. Anything you
Wonder-
want to? Hmm?
Well,
Yeah.
you know, I wonder about Brion's things that she said. She doesn't
She
see
has
herself.
some. Yeah, she has some issues.
She doesn't see herself as a good person, but at this point, what I've seen a very decent person.
We only know what she has done in the last week or so. So
Fair. But I think that when you fight this close to a person,
yeah. Yeah, I don't believe she would have hurt anyone if she had any other choice in the matter. But you never know what a person does when it's under stress. We know
to be
that.
fair. What is that? What is that glowing thing, by the way, you do during combat?
You know, the you meant that big ball of fire, or
No. The
that
subtler
goes
one.
as well?
No,
the
the
subtler
subtler
one.
one. The subtler one that's on your skin. That one. The big ball of fire, I understand.
Those are my runes. Yeah, they come into play when I use some kinds of magic. They allow me to negate some damage when I well, yeah, they allow me to absorb some damage sometimes. It's yeah, it's a difficult part. People would rather, yeah, dissect me for them than anything else. So
Wait,
I
so-
mainly keep them covered.
So that's not a sorcerer thing? That is like something real special then?
It's not a normal sorcerer thing. It helps with the sorcery, but this is a very rare condition in sorcery. Yeah. So I would very much appreciate it if you would keep it to yourself.
No problem. No problem, my friend.
Yes.
Right. Let's make sure no weird stuff's approaching.
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
I will
Both
be
of us?
helping. I will be helping Cinnamon. I will be assisting him.
Okay. Great. Come on, roll. Ah! Ah!
You have advantage because he's helping.
Oh, great. Let me roll it. Oh!
Wow, the 1 point's on brand. Like,
As you have been having a conversation together, you notice that the sky has darkened all around. Clouds have been forming, blocking the moonlight and the stars. And there's a very small drizzle just raining down on all of you, making you quite wet as the first rain of the setting autumn has started this night. It doesn't last long, maybe about 30 to 40 minutes until it finally stops again.
Yeah,
And you safely make it through the night.
great.
And as morning breaks, you all travel again for a day. You sleep during the night. No interesting things happen anymore as the sudden vision of, the sudden seeing of centaurs herding horses over the far and white plains of the first night has not been spotted since that night. You do not see any large chitinous creatures on the side of the road anymore, and the closer you get to Westrum, the more travelers you also meet on the road, just plain farmers with carts that make their way to the markets of Westrum. Eventually, after you've traveled for 5 days, maybe 6, you watch as the sun sets behind the great Gut Shadow Mountain, northwest of the city of Westrum. And there we go.
Ooh, let's run.
It's fairly easy to spot against the perimeter of the Bramblewood Forest and the great mountain behind it. It's bright white, and its new towers, recently built in the last 2 decades, are built in the middle of town. They gleam with a shine underneath the orange and purple hues of the setting sun. Among the aged cobblestones and very busy roadways, the sounds of music, of vagrant bards... the sounds of music of vagrant bards and nearby taverns mingle with the winds that blow into your direction. You feel the energy of this city rattling your bones. You realize that this is something completely different from the sleepy towns and fishing hamlets that you've been visiting in the last few months. As you approach the gates of Westrum, you are stopped in a line of about 3 more carts, and you watch as the guards near the gates are searching the first 2 carts. You patiently wait for about 30 minutes, seeing the sun completely disappear behind the mountain, as they are being thoroughly searched, when you suddenly realize that the cart right before you can immediately pass after a little chat with the owner. You're now standing at the front of the line, and a buck-toothed human woman in her mid-20s with a head of unruly red hair smiles and asks, while she's dressed in her guard uniform, "Hello there! Please state your name and business within Westrum in the name of the Margrave Brandon Zimmerseth of the Shields of the Plains."
that's quite a mouthful.
Well, I have to say to everyone that I don't know the face of, so, you seem like newcomers. I bet it's first time in Westrum, or have you been here before?
I've been through here before.
Well, welcome back then. What's your name so I can note it down?
My name is Alduin.
Last name?
No last name.
No last name. That's all right. There's more people with that kind of thing recently. Come all from like foreign plague continents and all that kind of stuff. Or you just want to be, inconspicuous. What's your business?
We're here to meet with a friend of ours, Madeline. Madeline Hildebrand. Should have come through here ahead of us.
Okay. Madeline Hildebrand. Don't know if she lives here. I've known her before, but what place will you be staying, sir?
Let's have a quick look. I think she'll be meeting us at a specific place, the Sunkissed Tavern and Inn.
Oh yeah, I can recommend that. It's really nice. Don't take the stew though. I never trust a stew. All right, that's it. Thank you, Alduin. You may pass. It's only 5 gold per person for entering the cities. Anyways, so 5 gold, please.
Quick history check for me.
Yeah.
Was it 5 gold the last time I passed through here?
Yes, it was 5 gold last time you passed through here. You do not need to make a history check for that.
Okay, then I will just pay.
All right. Then she looks at Xanamin. She says, hello there. Please state your name and business within Westruun in the name of the Margrave Brandon Zimmerset of the Shields of the Plain.
That's a mouthful.
I know. Have to say it to every person passing. Oh, you're just pulling my leg. So come on, what's your name?
My name is Zanamin Vakarov. I'm here on, I'm meeting
How do you
with
write that?
Vakrav.
Xanamin, is that with a Z?
Zanamin
or
is with
G?
with an X.
All right. And then Vakraf. All right, I've got it. So, and your business?
The same as my companion here. I'm here to meet with. What's your name?
Madeline Hildebrand.
Madeline.
And you've been
Yes.
staying in the Sunkissed. So that must be a very popular lady then. All right. So 5 gold, please, if you wish to continue to enter, and please keep yourself to the rules within this city. Don't make any trouble.
And her 5 gold pieces.
All right, thank you, Zanamin. And then she just gives you a little look. You look nice.
Thank you.
So then she just continues on, looks at Brion, and then she says, "So, hello there. What your big one? Please state your name and business within Westruun in the name of the Margrave Brandon Zimmerson of the Shields of the Plain."
Sure. Hi.
Hi,
I'm Brion.
Brion. What's your last name?
Kvanjit.
Wait, what?
That's a
Funbit.
mouthful.
That's totally fine.
Funbit. Brion Funbit. What is your
Great.
state your name of business, please?
Well, I'm with Alduin, so we're doing the same thing.
Visiting this Madeline Hildebrand then, huh? All right. Well, good luck then. 5 gold, please.
I'll hand over 5 gold.
All right. And then she looks at Lux.
Well, that's
Do I
quite
need to
mouthful.
repeat myself again? Or,
I didn't
I
get
just-
that.
It's Solita Manya Awamandin.
what?
SILITHIAMINY.
Just Lux.
Yeah, or Lux.
Alright.
You can just put down Lux.
Can you write? And then she just gives you her pen and paper. You just see this whole list of names, and it's just write it down. It's elven names, not my strong suit.
While writing my name down, I'll kind of scan over the list to see if there's anyone familiar in the city.
Make a perception check. As you quickly scan, you do not seem to be catching a name of the day of today that seems familiar.
Kind of distracted, I actually write my own name wrong, but don't notice. Backward.
I presume it's the same state of business. You'll be staying at the Sunkissed Tavern and Inn.
Yeah, and here's your
All
5
right
gold.
then. Thank you very much. Well, I hope you enjoy your stay in the wonderful city of Westruun. Bye. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
As you've been walking through this gate, is there anything you would like to do, say, look at?
She's weird.
What, me?
No, that woman.
Why?
What was she saying? I didn't
It's-
understand a bit.
It's a greeting. She is one of the guards here, or works for the Margrave. We could have probably just shown that writ for the Margrave, but
She
you
could
know.
have used hello. Would suffice.
Oh,
I mean, and why
Politics.
leave her a name?
I guess that was also the case when I came through. It was 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah,
Also,
you have
with
to
the-
just leave your name, state your state of business, tell you where you will be staying.
I'm also assuming this will happen with every town, like large town like this city.
You've only really been to Westrun so far.
Well, and Kaimel.
You haven't been to any of them, and Kaimel. Well, Kaimel wasn't the case.
Okay.
And then I come from a Ravager camp. No name stated there.
Do you say that out loud?
They already know.
Well, not a.
Do you say that out loud?
I started the conversation. We were whispering because I didn't want the lady to
Okay.
hear that I told her she was weird, but
Okay,
I used my
okay.
normal voice to get over my audio, right?
All right. So,
So I'm
As
keeping
you
my tone
enter-
low.
okay. As you enter the packed streets of Westrun, you first make your way through the residential ward, from which you know the Sunkissed Tavern and Inn should be situated. This is a vast and big city, and you have no idea where exactly this inn is supposed to be. What would you like to do?
We should have asked that guard for directions. Kind of forgot.
Seemed kind of busy. There's probably
We
a
could ask
guard
anyone.
within rock throwing distance.
I look around if I see a guard. Or this is the residential area, so there wouldn't be a store. Is there anybody else on the random person that I could ask a question?
Any random persons?
Yeah, I approached the first one that doesn't look like he's way too busy.
All right.
And ask him,
You
hey,
approach a little bit of an elderly fellow just sitting there on a bench, just watching the people come by,
excuse me.
greatly enjoying himself.
Yeah, excuse me, sir. Can I ask you a quick question?
Hello there, young man. Of course you can.
I immediately forgot the name of the tavern again. The good that's
Sun-kissed.
sunshine, sun-kissed,
Sun-kissed.
something kissed.
Tavern.
Could you point me to the sun-kissed tavern?
Oh, it's fairly easy. Walk towards the big great mage towers. The Sunkissed Tavern and Inn is like on the border between the residential area and the scholars' ward.
Do I see the mage towers from here?
If you look up, you are surrounded by a lot of houses, but when you do a few steps and you stand situated in like a little bit of a hallway, you bend, you do see peeking out from behind it.
Okay, I start to. I'll tell the group that's that way towards the mage taverns and then of mage towers and head for that direction.
Okay.
guess, yeah.
So,
follow willingly.
as you are all heading for that direction, and you've been told that the inn is located at the border of these two wards, you look past what looks like the Margrave's Keep, which is very evident because it says Margrave's Keep on the side of this building. When suddenly, a few blocks further, your ear split of the sudden sound of screeching alarm bells ringing loudly a few blocks out of sight. It is quickly picked up by other alarm bells just suddenly ringing around the city. Large flag poles around this section that you are standing up quickly raise up orange flags and a general call of gold orange, and people are just rapidly packing up their stalls and evacuating the streets with practiced ease. The ground begins to tremble by the time all nearby citizens are tucked into alleyways or taking shelter indoors. and within seconds of the street clearing. Is there anything you would like to do?
Would we know what a code orange is? Having been here once?
Nope.
Not a single clue. We are now on a big street. I would head for an alleyway, I guess.
Okay, you're heading for an alleyway.
Yeah.
Anyone else following suit?
I don't think it's going to rain, and then I'll just see him jump into the alleyway, and I'll follow him.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Alduin's still standing in the middle of the street.
Okay, Alduin, you still stand in the middle of the street as everyone tucks themselves behind an alleyway. The ground begins to tremble, and when you see that everyone is tucked into alleyways or taking shelter indoors, you suddenly see a stampede of brightly colored oxen around the corner, barreling down the street you're standing in. Since those who have taken shelter do not get trampled by this stampede. However, Alduin, you are just standing there, just completely lonesome, and you see these oxen, just this complete herd of brightly colored oxen just running towards you. And I would like you to make a strength saving throw, please.
You got this.
Ride them into battle.
Yes.
Okay, so with a 17 strength saving throw, you are not being pushed 40 feet backwards. Instead, you are able to just hold your ground and move in between this stampede. But you do take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as some of the bodies just bludgeoning against your form. After just a little while and the dust settles again, the stampede is just completely out of sight. And as a few more minutes pass, all the orange flags are just being hoisted back inside of the houses. People are just coming out of the alleyways and coming out from the houses. They're just stalling out their stalls again, and things just seem to continue on as business as normal.
I'm just gonna quickly just buy some salve, some ointments from my healer's kit myself.
What was that?
Are you okay?
Yeah, couple of bruises, but I'm fine.
Tough.
You need to blend in with the locals. When they duck, you duck.
That's very good advice, Anna, man.
I tend to know that
In
locals
our
tend to duck really
village,
quickly.
I'm going to
In
remember
our village, we use these flags to kind of forecast the weather, but this is a different thing, apparently.
Well,
Today, slight chance of trampling stampedes of foxes. Yeah.
this was something else.
That definitely.
So,
Oh no.
What?
Okay, it's back, it's good. No, we're good.
Okay,
okay?
great.
Look, if you just froze again.
Oh, it's gambling.
Oh
It's
man,
worse than
oh
throwing
man,
your little dust dice.
I'm like walking on the edge. Like I'm walking like on a tightrope right now. Like anytime my computer freezes, I'm like, oh no, it's going, it's done.
You see a few people just chuckling, see you bandaging up your wounds. There's a man just behind his stall, just like looking, just like newcomers, and there's just some this sense of a little bit of a jolly going on around the bystanders all around you.
Alduin looks at them, and they'll probably spot his eyes. Like when he hears like the newcomers, he'll just like look around.
You still have your black eyes.
No, no. He dropped that. He has to drop that, otherwise he would just be in constant pain with daylight. No, his like green cat eyes.
Oh. Make an intimidation check.
Ooh, never mind.
You suddenly see them just looking away, the smiles disappearing from their faces, trying to evade you and your entire group. The laughter and mirth of a few moments before has disappeared.
Right, let's keep going.
Speaking about being trembled, do any of you have like an expensive FS diamond just lying around?
Let me check my pack. No.
Let me
Some
check my
rubies.
bags. No, I do not. No.
Oh.
No, I have
But-
a ruby.
Yeah, I also have a
I
ruby.
do have a gem, yeah.
Yeah. You know, we could maybe find one in the city. Like, it's pretty big here. They might have a jeweler somewhere. We could ask at the Sunkist Tavern. We could also sell these rubies we have.
Yeah, I have some errands to run as well while I'm here.
Well, I'm not normally one for gems, and I only have like nine gold left. But well, we had some close calls, and back in the temple, I've seen them use like these really large diamonds to, well, get someone back to life, essentially, if they were quick enough to get to them. And I think maybe I could do it as well, with just the right materials.
That is extremely
How
useful
much?
magic.
How much gold would you need?
Well, I think it's like 300 gold pieces worth. Diamond.
Oh,
I
damn.
mean, I don't have that kind of money.
And you don't have... No, okay. I thought maybe some jewelry or something that you got from your grandmother. Or,
I could
I don't
come
know.
halfway.
We all have rubies, right?
Yeah.
A gemstone and a ruby.
If we sell those,
Or is it a ruby? Is it one and is it a ruby?
I might be able to finish up the last little bit of that, and you might be able to buy one.
It might be worth looking into at least.
Yeah, definitely.
It is at this point where you pass an alleyway, and after the strange ordeal that you've just experienced and the talk about wanting to buy a diamond, you suddenly are jumped by a male goblin rushing out and frantically trying to flag down anyone. People just seem to be ignoring him or just shooing away or just being disgusted by the sight of a goblin. But he locks his eyes onto Aldwin. Help! Help! My wife is giving birth, please! Someone help us, I beg you, please! He looks desperate, and his shirt is stained with blood and liquids.
Aldwin, he runs up to Aldwin and does that?
Yeah, he runs from an alleyway, and he just now locks his eyes towards you. You have been in your peripheral vision, noticing that everyone is just trying to, like, ignore him or being disgusted by the sight of a goblin.
Aldwin straight up locks eyes with him and does an immediate insight check.
All right, make an insight check.
Come on, good
By the
rolls.
way, is he
Looking from
speaking
the side if I
common?
can.
This guy is speaking in common, and he is extremely earnest, panicked, desperate for help. And as you also look over his shoulder into the alley, sure enough, you see that there's a pregnant goblin with like a strange humanoid skin almost, grimacing and bracing herself against a crate. What would you like to do?
Aldwin walks after him immediately.
I'll follow.
Okay. Yes. So you follow into an alleyway of restaurant. There's this green-skinned male goblin and what looks to be a female, almost porcelain-skinned goblin with like red hair and smaller than normal goblin ears. And she is just trying to hold in her screams of pain, and she does not know what to do. Her
All
belly
right.
is bulging of a baby on their way, and the blood and liquid on the shirt of this male goblin is, you can assume that that's the breaking of her water.
Right. Lux, you have any experience with giving birth? Well, not giving birth, but with pregnancies.
I think I would, probably, from my work as a healer in the temple. DM?
Yes, you probably have some experience, though elven do not procreate as quickly as humans. You have experienced one birth in your lifetime.
Yeah, I can handle this.
Right. Xenomint, get me water. Warm, not burning, not boiling, but warm water.
Does it need to be boiled beforehand?
Yes, it needs to be sterilized first.
Okay.
But it needs to be, like, lukewarm after that.
Yeah. Does anybody have a bucket I can use?
I
A
have,
bucket? You need a bucket?
Yes.
I need a bucket of water.
All right, and then you see this goblin suddenly shoot behind what looks to be some shapen barrels, and as you look a little bit closer, it's some sort of a makeshift cot that they made, and you presume that that's their house. And then he just comes from behind it, holds this huge crate that's way too heavy for him to carry, plumps it down to the ground, opens the crate, and then just starts taking all kinds of bits and bobbles and things out of it, and then suddenly holds a bucket.
And now we need some. Well, actually, I fill the bucket with the water from my water skin and use
I'll also-
precipitation.
I'll
Yeah.
also throw you mine just to make sure it's full.
Yeah.
in the meantime, could I head over to the female giving birth and
Yes.
kind of take her hand? And since I grew up with goblins, could I sing her a goblin nursing song?
Do you know Goblin?
I do.
Oh, yeah. Make a strength saving throw, because as soon as you give her your hand, she holds onto it for dear life.
Yeah.
No
like
match
them.
for you. As her nails dig into your skin. Nah, you've had worse. And make a performance check as you softly sing a song.
Yeah.
It's soothing her
I should become a
remarkably.
bard.
And she's just like, and
That
it's
naughty
just
class.
it's definitely helping as she's just standing there crouched, and she's oh, I never let you touch me again, she shouts into the direction of the male goblin, who is now just shaking with fear. Bucket.
I'll start by boiling the water with precipitation and then cooling it down to some lukewarm temperatures.
All right, yeah, no problem, you do this.
I was thinking of giving my hand to the lady, but seeing her nails digging into Brion's hand, I'll just tap her on the head and say, you've got this, and I'll give her guidance.
Okay.
Nice. Guidance for pregnancy.
She's about to bite at you. It's like, and then you just start shouting out, but there's some sort of a look of ease suddenly. And she's like, it's Granny! She's just shouting out. You're making quite a ruckus, but for the few people that walk past the alleyway and see the goblins, are just like holding up the nose and just walking further. All right, what else would you like to do?
I will look to the male goblin. I also need rags, clean, preferably.
And he just pulls off his shirt. This is as clean as I have.
Okay, so will it? Okay, so when Xedamin is done with the bucket, I'll start, putting it in that water to clean it off a little bit extra.
Okay.
Then I would like to do a medicine check on the goblin woman.
All
See how
right.
she is doing.
Can I help you?
So, yes, if you are proficient in medicine, you can help him.
We both are.
Oh,
What's happening? What's happening? No, don't do this to me. No. Something is wrong. Come on, you can do it. Just hold on for a little longer.
We still hear you though.
Yeah, okay, we're back.
Well, that's the stream
Yeah.
itself. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah?
but it's back now. It's
Okay.
normal. Now.
Okay. So
Medicine
with
check with
advantage,
advantage,
you roll a 15. Yeah, so with advantage, you roll a 15. You sit down on your knees and you're having trouble. Maybe to put a little bit of your embarrassment away, to look up the skirt of this goblin girl, but also she's way too low to the ground to effectively be able to look at whatever is happening underneath there. But eventually you do make do, and you notice that a little head is crowning right now.
I am going to make a wisdom saving throw for Alduin. This is the one. You guys have been fighting with Alduin for a couple of weeks. He's just been complete like laser focus and like outside of the fight, he's really calm. This is the point where Alduin is starting to get a little bit worried. Not specifically like for himself, but this is stressing out Alduin.
Okay.
Lux, with your passive and insight, you do notice that the normally very well, not brutish, but the very focused and calm and collected Alduin is now freaking out.
I'll say, you can do this as well. And for the next minute, I'll give him guidance. And I'll get back to the pregnant woman.
Yeah.
Okay, Alduin will do everything he can to guide her through this. With
All right,
his very
she will
limited
shout
knowledge.
at you and say, just pull it out of me!
Doesn't work that way.
Why would you do it? Somebody
You need to push.
Push! You push!
That would not work.
She starts to push. You do see it a little bit coming out right now. So I would like you to make a medicine check to help this woman further along. And you can do it with guidance.
That is
and
advantage.
since
What is guidance? Guidance
guidance is the extra 1d4. And advantage, because everyone seems to be helping you.
Okay, so medicine, right? Right, medicine, and then I'll just roll a separate roll 1d4. So that would be a 17? Yes, a 17.
So with a 17, over the next 30 minutes, screaming, shouting, hair pulling, she really does grab a fistful of your hair whilst you're under there and just starts like, pull it out of me! You do eventually pull out a young baby goblin with the same peculiar, how to say it, human-like complexion and half smaller than normal goblin ears. And the baby just suddenly starts to shout out, its lungs filling the air with the large cry of a just-born baby girl. And
that Alduin calms back when like the child has been born. He just calms down immediately. Dagger. To anyone who has one.
I hold out my throwing axe.
Nope.
No!
you see the father just ducking into this crate of things. He grabs out like what looks to be some sort of a ceremonial dagger with weird gems encrusted onto it. Then he gives it to you, looks at the whole carnage that has been left behind underneath this woman, and then just faints onto the ground.
Oh my god. Sanaman, can you sterilize this for me, please?
I sterilize it. Yeah.
I'll slap the male goblin in his face with my spare hand to see if he wakes up.
He just momentarily opens his eyes and then just closes them again.
Let him be. He'll be fine.
And with the sterilized dagger, I'll cut the umbilical.
Okay,
I'll find it
so
out before he does.
yeah, you cut the umbilical cord. The baby seems to be in great health. The woman also is just puffing and pushing the last remnants of the afterbirth out. She just tidies her dress, and then just with the sweat on her brow and just like her dress is completely soaked through with like the sweating of this whole ordeal, she just like leans against the crate and just like breathes very heavily. Where is my useless, no good husband, us?
On the
Where's
ground.
this?
On the ground, right over there.
I'll hand her my water skin so she can have a bit of water to drink.
She has not let go of your hand, by the way. She does grab the water skin. She drinks it, spits it on the ground. Says, do you not have anything stronger?
Not personally, no. No. I'm very
All right,
strong.
well, water will do. And then she just drinks until she's completely replenished with water. It's at this point where us, the goblin on the floor, stands up, sits up, hears the crying of his new baby girl, and then just looks at all of you.
Hi.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Really. I don't know what I would have done without you. Old Dios might probably have died in this alley. I don't know how to deliver a baby. And we've been turned down at a temple. Said that vermin like us shouldn't be there. And I didn't know what to do.
Well, I must say, elven birth is a bit more graceful.
You see the female goblin who has been referred to as Dios just look at you with like a venomous look in her eyes. It's like,
Oh, no offense. I'm sorry. It's just, yeah. I'm sorry. I'll stop talking.
who has the baby at the moment?
Alduin's been cleaning it within the lukewarm water.
Okay, she just holds out her hands and just motions that she wants to hold it.
Well, at that
Please.
point, he'll have it wrapped in like a bundle with the cloth and hands it over.
Thank you, Master. That was great help. I'm very grateful.
So what's the
problem.
little one's name?
Well, actually, she looks up at Eldwin. What do you think we should call her? You've helped deliver her.
I'm not very good at naming things.
Well, what is your name?
My name is Alduin.
Well, we'll call her Alduina.
I was waiting for that.
Awesome.
Great.
I kind of peek out from behind Cinnamon. She your first?
She is, actually. Yes. He's been the only one to convince me to spread my legs for him and see what it turned out to be. Anyways, we need to tidy up our home a little bit. I hope you did pack up our market stall. And then you just see us like, yes, I did. Yes, Dios, no problem. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Well, just offer them something for their help. You know?
You shouldn't.
Yes, we should. We should not be in debt. And, we should at least show the goblin name within Western is something to be also proud of. And then they usher Alduin and Brion, because both of them have generously helped, and she's just been shooting daggers still a little bit, it looks. So Us is finally standing up, a little bit dizzy still, and then he just motions you towards the crates that are being stalled out into this makeshift, almost barn-like. It's a little bit of an extension where normally you would put your bins in. That's what they've made their home out of. And the barrels are branded with Sunkist Tavern and Inn. And that's kind of like a little bit of their home. There's a packed-in market stall that can be collapsible, and it's currently collapsed. And the crates that are strewn around the place, because Us has been looking for all kinds of stuff that you needed during the birth. He's now just pick anything you want.
What are we looking at? What kind of stuff are we looking at?
Loosely describe.
See, the thing is, we own a small market stall on the market square, and we don't have a lot of money or anything, but we're very interested in shiny things and anyone that can trade with us, and that's basically how we've been making ends. And you know, eventually we'll buy a house, but now we just have to like. We used to share an apartment with other renters, but when they found out that the Yos was pregnant, they kicked us out. So now we've made kind of like a home out of this thing. So, and then he's just chatting as he's like showing a few things in the crate. And he shows you a wide variety of strange artifacts, some of which they even got, as he explains, well, these we got from the reject pile of Son Lucian's experiments, you know, the woman from the flags, and we went through her trash and he just looked at the things that looked interesting, you know? I'm just glad we were not in the, you know, the fire range when the alarm went off, except that time that she started screaming and the water broke. It was terrible. So... Let me see. So you finally find a plate. It's called the Second Hand. That is the name of their store. And you see a lot of weird things, including some chopsticks, a fork, a fishing rod, a jug, boots, a pot, a compass-like device, a sword, a potion, boots, again, some sort of a ring, a stone, some beads, a collar, you see a scroll, you see some powder, a bow, a doll, a mechanical owl, a helm, and a monocle.
Can I look at the sword?
Yeah, so he gives you the sword. I wouldn't pick that one. It's got a nasty bit of temperament, really. As soon as you start using it, it really is a downer.
Heard of those?
What?
I don't know. Well, I think there's some sort of a depressed spirit in there that just hates everyone who uses it.
Yeah, I've heard about these in like passing and rumors. Apparently there's swords that are bonded with some sort of soul or ghost. Very nasty things. I really wouldn't burn my hands on that.
Okay.
I'm not paying attention
perhaps
anymore.
have
I'm just playing with the mechanical owl.
Oh, yes. Well, that is a small mechanical owl. Have not made it work yet. Unfortunately, broke. Well, it was broke when I found it, but still, it's like a curious little device.
I try to flap the wings.
It's
Are
like...
they movable? I like it.
I knew you would.
So you have a broken small mechanical owl in your hand. Well, that's 5 gold, you hear Dios say. Only those two need to pick something out. And then you see, like, us. Yeah.
Is there anything gold amongst the stuff?
Ooh, yeah.
No, if it was gold, I probably would have bought something better to live in.
Right. Okay.
So there's 2 pair of boots, right?
Yes, and also like a broken, ancient-looking bow. There's 2 pairs of boots.
What? A bow?
Yes.
And that's broken. The bow is broken?
Yeah, so as you look at it, you see an exotic-looking ancient bow that looks extremely broken. It is covered in strange runes.
Interesting. Runes, anything that I can read? I read Infernal. I'll just name that one specifically. Infernal, Elvish, and Dwarvish. Anything familiar in that? No? Okay. I am very interested in those boots. Do they look like special or anything? Or are
Which boots? Okay,
What,
as
you
you
mean two?
ask about the boots, they say, well, these, I've tested them, As says. They seem to be increasing the likelihood of you stubbing your toes. And these, he looks at the other boots. These are self-shining.
See. Interesting.
They're magical.
There was a compass, right? Sort of a compass? What's the compass?
Oh, yes, we do have that as well. This is a compass-like device that tells you where you're not.
Awesome.
How does a compass tell you where you're not?
Yeah, how does that
Well,
work?
just hold it, and it holds you. And it just seems to be flicking
Spinning.
into the direction where you're just not. Yeah, it's just spinning.
That seems to be just a broken compass, my friend.
Well, it continues to spin forever. So I think it's a compass that tells you where you're not. It's at that point where you look a lot closer at the compass, and you see very small runes at the sides everywhere.
know what?
And since you do understand Elvish, you notice that the runes are a symbol of each of the planes of existence. The only one that's missing on it is the material plane. So the reason it's probably spinning is because you're on the material plane.
Yeah. You know what? I'll take that compass. I like something like this.
All right.
Are the boots my size?
They shrinked, or, well, in your case, enlarged to your size.
Okay, and did you actually know what they do?
Yeah.
Well, they're self-shiny, and I've tested those. They make you stub your toes frequently.
I already do that a lot. You know what? I don't think I should take any of your stuff.
Well, you don't have to. We also like trading. We also have a lot of other things. We've been saving up for a house, you know. So if you want to trade some things for,
I'll
you
trade
know,
you- I'll trade
high-end
you-
stuff.
I'll trade you this way. What's that fork do?
Well, that's an untuning fork. Any musical instrument tapped by it will become slightly out of tune.
That's great.
Just enough to annoy any bard in town.
That's awesome.
I will take that, and I will trade you 25
No!
gold for it.
What? And you just see at this point where Us is just dropping the fork onto the ground, and he just looks at Dios. I'm not even trying to scam them. I was really trying to be nice.
Listen. You don't need to scam me. I just think that, you know,
Yeah, but everyone's always scamming us.
I got a chance to get a second chance at life. Because of Lux here. And I think you should deserve a second chance at life as well.
What is your name?
Brion.
Well, I think we should call her Brion.
I'm gonna drop him 25 gold and take the fork from the floor.
All right.
Oh, great.
He's taking the 25 gold. He puts it into a pocket. Since you're all standing very close together with your passive perception, you do notice that there's a small diamond in that.
Ooh,
Oh,
what's that? Can I see how much it would be worth?
It's just a brief glint that you saw, so you'd have to ask about it. Or are you asking him?
Someone else was asking.
is that a diamond? That's really.
He just holds his bag. It's like, I earned it. I really did. I did not steal this one.
That's good. Would you trade it with me for this ruby?
No, it's definitely a lot more than the ruby. Just look at the ruby. No, it's definitely more than the ruby.
But what's the diamond worth?
Well, Dios just speaks up. It is worth 320 gold pieces. And I know. I've trained as a jeweler.
Oh,
Did
good.
she?
I will insight check that statement.
Roll an insight check.
No, normal. Ooh,
To both of you, Dios, with the sweat still dripping off her brow, is honestly not lying to you. And she has trained as a juror. And it's at this point where, next to that insight check, because it's so high, you do begin to notice a few more curious things about her. You notice that she's not completely goblin. She's half goblin, and you suspect half something else, maybe halfling. And around her belt that she'd been carrying above her dress is a jeweler's kit.
You know, that would come in real handy. And Alduin will also take out his ruby.
Well, I have one too.
I will scream if you steal it from us. I will. You might have helped us, but that is our savings.
No, actually,
We want to trade.
want to trade for it.
We would never
Okay.
just take it.
So I have a ruby.
I have a ruby. Everybody has a ruby.
How much were the rubies worth when I gave them to you?
You said something about between 40 and 60.
40 and 60.
So
Oh, okay, yeah.
someone with a jeweler's experience could probably identify their specific worth. at that
Okay,
point.
she does step forward, and then she just puts a monocle on her eye, and then she just starts inspecting it. A little bit puffed out, but she does expect it, and she says, a little bit of an impurity, but she says, well, this one's 50 gold, this one's 60 gold, and also 50 gold.
60, 50.
We
Were
got
there
more?
4?
I think we had 5.
There were
Oh, you had
4.
5? I thought 4, yeah. So, and then the, so there's 160, 140, and 2 50s.
Okay.
So that's 200 gold.
I have I
I'll
have
turn
some
around.
gold left.
I'll turn around to the group and I go. I could contribute to the rest, but what?
Yeah, me too, but I couldn't fully pay for it immediately. No, but you could. We could probably fill it together.
Well, I could pay the 100 as well.
I am
I could
according
not pay
to according to my sheet, I'm very broke.
No, I'm not. I still have some money. So if we both put in,
could
I have
Both
almost
put
nothing.
in 50.
we both
could
put in,
both put in
well,
50.
200 it was 320. So if we both put in 60, we'd be
Right.
done. Shall we do it?
Fine.
Let's do it.
How big is the mechanical owl? Is it like a small?
Yeah, no, it's like it's like the size of a fist. It's very tiny.
So it's
Do we
a.
get a discount if I take the owl as well?
What did you say? The owl's 5 gold.
All
I'll
right.
pay the extra 5 gold for the
So-
owl.
So
As you pay the extra 5 gold for the owl, she just shoves the 5 gold back into your hand from very on.
Okay.
But she does take the 320 gold, and there's just this faint hint of hope and a smile on her face, and she just murmurs like,
you
"No
know,
one wanted to."
if do you know of a little village called Thirstfield? It's about to the east. You follow the couple days travel if you follow the Parchwood Way. There's a group of gnolls living together with humans there in relative peace. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but the baker, the local baker is, well, extremely friendly towards them, and she's always looking for people to help. Maybe if you really want a place to actually build a life.
Well, she looks up at you, and even though there's a kind smile, she says with an air of defiance, "I have been born and raised in Westron, and in Westron I will stay." I will make my store and I will force everyone to respect me.
Way to go.
There you go for that.
Feminism.
And thank you for the money. I think we maybe might be able to buy a small house, convert the downstairs into a store, and then the second hand will be more than a market stall. And
Right.
if you're all adventurers, you can trade any of your items you find on your adventures, and we'll trade it for whatever we find as well, and give you good gold for it once we started up.
We'll definitely remember it. I'm just...
Yeah.
Alduin takes out his notebook. So, the second hand, right?
The second hand, yes.
I didn't mean you weren't graceful. I mean, yeah. Not in general, just in the moment.
Would you like to, have a shovel?
Not really.
For digging holes? And then she just winks at you.
Huh?
I believe she's doing fine in digging holes, I believe.
Yeah.
It's at this point you do see that she's holding the child and it's already suckling on her teeth, and she's just cashing out, counting the money, just inspecting the diamond. This is a businesswoman.
Definitely. So it was us and...
Us and Dios.
Dios. Okay. Well, two of you, good luck. We are going towards the the Sun-Kissed Tavern.
Oh, well, that's here. And she points at the building behind them.
Ah.
You are now in an alleyway to the side. Oh, if you just walk on out to the right and then turn around, it's like a U-turn. That's where the entrance is, and you see this huge fence put up. This is like a fence and the wall of the tavern, and then she has these barrels in the corner. But basically, what she's saying is that on the other end of this closed-off alleyway is where the entrance to the Sun-Kissed Tavern would be.
Right.
You have to just turn around and walk around it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Great.
let's go, guys.
Yeah.
Did
And,
we have to bring the paper to the Margrave's house first, or?
She
That's-
also says if you need any information, anything at all, or need to know anything about Western or have any questions, you're welcome. We'll be here for the next few days until we find a place for a new store.
Good. We'll
You know,
find
when you
her.
do, just tell them at the tavern. We'll ask about it. So we can find you
Well,
guys. Okay?
yeah.
Good. Tavern, food!
Beer.
Oh, I'm really hungry.
All right. So, give me 1 second. You finally all arrive at the Sun-Kissed Tavern and Inn. You're a bit bruised, covered in blood from the birth of that goblin baby, and dust from the dust being just stormed up by this herd of multicolored oxen that suddenly appeared in the hall, in the streets.
Is
And you're
Alduin,
exhausted.
Is Alduin the only one covered in blood?
No, he also cleaned himself off with the water. The most
Yeah.
of it.
Okay. I can get rid of the last.
I'll probably have
Okay.
some nail marks in my arm.
Yeah.
Yes. And you're exhausted by a day filled with traveling and walking through a city where you're not entirely sure you were prepared for. You look around in this tavern, which and suddenly
Hold up. Because I cannot hear you guys either right now. Oh, this is great. This is great. So when I go like that, you guys also go for me like that. So
Yep, stream is back.
I'm assuming you were trying to finish him off, right?
I'm finishing it off, yes.
Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah? So you finally arrive at the Sun-Kissed Tavern and Inn. You're bruised, covered in blood and dust, and exhausted by a day filled with traveling and walking through a city you were not entirely sure you were prepared for. You look around in this tavern, which is packed with farmers and travelers with plain clothing, and suddenly you see the bright white teeth of Madeline flashing an amused grin your way. She raises her glass and she shouts, "Welcome in Westron!" There's a mousy brown-haired girl with a skittish demeanor who's sitting next to Madeline, cringing as soon as she hears the Dark-Singed cleric shout at you all. And that is where we're going to end the session tonight.
Yay!
That was a werewolf, y'all. That girl. Okay,
No,
well,
it's a mouse.
That's awesome.
that was dope. That was really good. Thank you all for joining, for those who are still here. Quick little note. Next Thursday, right, Robin?
Yep.
Thursday, right? Yes, next Thursday, me and Robin will be continuing our adventures on... What was the town called again? I do not remember, but we will be facing off against the one, the only Cthulhu
Blackwater.
in Blackwater. Yes, our adventures in Blackwater in the game Call of Cthulhu, which we will be continuing next Thursday evening around like 8 CST, 9 CST. We'll post something on the Twitters and the Instagram, so keep an eye on that. If you want to watch our previous episode, you can still do that on Twitch. And I will also be posting that on YouTube at some point when I actually finish doing all the DireRolls stuff, because, you know, we're almost there. I'm almost there, guys. I'm almost there.
Almost there.
Almost there. So with that, thank you all for joining.
Yeah.
We'll see
Yeah,
you
great.
all next Thursday, and otherwise in 2 weeks.
Yes, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye!
Bye.